So, rising everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm your Chakra Priestess here to do a reading on Icespice and Cleotrapa. Okay, for what I know thus far, Icespice is losing followers every which way and form because of the treatment of what Cleotrapa has given to the collective thus far from the past couple of days. So let's see what's this is all about. Of course, I am available for readings, sound sessions, and spiritual guidance on my website at www.honeysoulchildbottega.com. And of course, I'm recording this on September 6th, 2024. So let's see what the energy of Icespice is. She is literally a Y2K baby, like exact form, based on her birthday. So I am not surprised that her cover was a Y2K cover, because she is basically a baby of the millennial, right? By the way, she has a life path of 4, just like Nicki Minaj. So that is already interesting. Well, me, her, and Nicki Minaj share the same life path number. But let's see what's coming out for Icespice. Provide me some insight of Icespice. Okay, we got the angel here with the teacher. Interesting enough, the teacher is at the bottom of the deck, because life path 4s are about master builders, natural teachers, and in those capacities. Of course, I have a full description, life path number 4, however it's posted in this video. Okay, how about Cleotrapa? Cleotrapa. We got storyteller. Well, she definitely told us a story, girl. And student at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm seeing heart chakra on both spectrums, but you know, with Icespice, hers is appearing at the bottom of the deck, which is what's hidden. And then of course with Cleotrapa, hers is highlighted. Hidden blockages for Icespice. Okay, we got suspicious shadow along with the block crown shadow. Ooh, ooh. I got something for y'all with that block crown chakra. And then 2 open shadow at the bottom of the deck. I got something for y'all regarding to this crown chakra, so stay tuned. For Cleotrapa, we got draining shadow, wasteful shadow, depressed shadow. I need a hidden blockage card, please. Thank you. I figured that was gonna come out. Okay. Now, let's continue on. Beep. What is the... That was a terrible shuffle. What is the T between Icespice and Cleotrapa? Another good pointer that not a YouTuber, a ex-Twitter user had pointed out is that, you know, Icespice's real name Isis, and Cleotrapa stemming from the Cleopatra, Egyptian pharaoh, and how those two are like going neck and neck at each other. I found that little think piece thread very interesting on that. So what's the T between the two of them? it was their last chance. Someone was extra triggered, and someone was ignoring. Along with fake smile, faking it till you're making it, okay? And move on next. Thank you. Thank you. Next. Let's get some more aspects with this. They have more money than you do. Ooh. Yo. Okay. There's an infection going on. I have a surprise gift for you. I want someone else to explore other options. Paternity or DNA test needed. What? Might that mean what? Okay, let me pull from this too. Any other messages regarding to icespice and Cleotrapa? Dang, did I even shuffle this deck? I don't think I did. I don't remember shuffling this deck. Hold on. I don't remember shuffling this deck. First card, Earth Angel. Second card, New Love. Third card, Fun or Party. Interview, job interview. Addiction or codependency on a love aspect. Okay. And then I'm going to pull out the analysis card. What's going on at the root between the two? That's too many cards. Between these two individuals, what's going on at the root? Impasse. Queen of Coins. That's entirely too much. Thank you. That's crazy that card came out. Dang. This is on a spiritual aspect. Got the Three of Cups. That there's a collaboration or three people being involved that's hidden. This is interesting. Okay, hold on. Hold on to that. Let me get my notes. As you can see here, these are my notes from icespice. Just looking at her chart, there may be some things all over the place, but bear with me. So icespice, she is born January 1st, 2000. Okay, literally at the start of millennia. Of course, with the number 4 life path. It represents being steadfast, being a natural teacher, being the pillars of stability and wisdom. Again, she has the same life path as Nicki Minaj, as well as myself. Okay. Also, the pattern now, when it comes to chart interpretations, I just came to a realization. I'm going to focus on, of course, there are other aspects that I'll focus on, but I will focus on the geometric pattern that is formed, whether it's a yod or yod. I believe it's pronounced yod, aka the finger of God, T-square, grand trine, those aspects. Okay, so based on the geometric pattern that that was provided with her chart breakdown, is she has a T-square, and with the T-square is composed of three planets, or the signs, three modalities coming into like a T-square form. In this case, she has Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus. So she has fixed signs as a same modality within this T-square. So with fixed signs, they're basically like, they could be stubborn at times, but they are, again, they're stable, they're steadfast. Okay, they are reliable, as they could be reliable as well. Now, with the T-square, we are that's being formulated. We have the moon. I don't have to pull this closer to y'all. So we have the moon in the 15th degree in Scorpio. So she has a moon in Scorpio. The 15th degree, it represents the Gemini. The Gemini degree is the 15th degree. Also, she has Uranus in the 14th degree, which is Taurus, but she has a Uranus in Aquarius, which is basically in its home planet. And then we have Saturn in the 10th degree, which is Capricorn, but of course she has a Saturn in Taurus, which is in retrograde. The focal planet is Saturn and Taurus in retrograde, and of course the other 2 points, that's where they square out. The moon and Aquarius is basically squaring off with each other. So there's a sense of rebellion regarding to her emotions. So her on an emotional standpoint with the moon aspect, is that she is basically private. She is intense with the Scorpio aspect, and it represents the death card. Moon in Scorpio represents the death card in tarot, which that deals with transformation. Okay, and then with it's squaring with Uranus and Aquarius. Well, Uranus is dealing with unexpected events, radical change, and Aquarius deals with independence and the rebellion as well. So regarding to Uranus and Aquarius, it is a rebellious planet. Uranus through Aquarius is profound impact. It's about the birth of new ways of communicating, networking, and integrating with society. Basically, out with the old and with the new. Innovative progress and driven by a strong desire to continue to society. This is when you have Uranus and Aquarius, is basically visionary. All in a nutshell, these are visionaries. They foresee the future, or they instigate change. They are basically the ones that shake the table in layman's terms. Okay, now with the moon in Scorpio, the moon with people with Scorpio moons, they are sensitive, they are loyal, they are intense emotional needs, they are secretive, and they could be possessive at times, but they appear to be calm, cool, collective, and a bit pretty restless beings. Okay, because Scorpio is associated with Pluto, which deals with transformation, but the Scorpio's home planet, original home planet, is Mars. Okay, that deals with how you assert yourselves, god of war. Okay. Now, regarding to the T-square, this is how I broke it down. All right, T-square, moon and Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio is associated with the sacral chakra because that's the water aspect. Okay. With the sacral chakra, deals with energy blocks such as sexual abuse, trauma, rape, gender issues, owning your abundance, cutting off from feelings like feeling cold-hearted, and also use emotions. Now, as far as like the life lessons, you're supposed to utilize your emotions to connect with others without losing your identity, and to freely express creativity and healthy in a healthy emotional manner. Okay. So that's like part of the T-square, the moon and Scorpio. Now, the focal point, the root, the fear of being alive and guilt can be like a energy block, or also feeling safe and secure in the physical plane. This is on a life lesson standpoint, is to feel safe and secure in the physical plane, to manifest your basic needs, and to cultivate healthy and physical sexuality. In other words, being able to stand up for yourself and have familial safety and security safeguards. Okay. And then finally, with the root, and the root, that'll be associated with the Saturn and Taurus. Okay, because Saturn is associated with the root chakra. Okay, and so is Taurus. And then the crown chakra is energy blocks, consists of the lack of trust in the divine or in life, or may have unresolved anger towards the divine. Also, it could another factor could play into part of being unsatisfied with life, or being unable to let go anxiety and fear. So on a life lesson standpoint, with the crown chakra, she needs to be able to experience the divine meaning of life. So in other words, the focal point, which is the Saturn in Taurus in retrograde, which deals with discipline regarding to your moral compass, your core values, as most would say, material possessions, how you gain money, how you gain abundance of material, is basically squaring off. Well, is the focal point between you, the square points between the moon and Scorpio, which is the sacral chakra, and the crown chakra, which is Uranus and Capricorn. Uranus in Aquarius. So basically, with the root is basically feeling safe and secure within self and the basic necessities, and that comes into a factor when your feelings are cut off, when you're being cold-hearted and not being able to own your abundance because you're unsatisfied with life to some capacity, because it brings about the fear and anxiety, because you're not being able to not only trust yourself or others or the divine itself. Okay, you're not allowing things to flow properly because the stability, which is basically at the root, is playing a factor on how you navigate between not only yourself but also with relationships with other people. And that's why when this card came out as a blocked chakra, the crown chakra, I was like, this is right on the money of what I was studying before I got to this reading. Okay, so from now on, whenever you ask for a chart interpretation, not only I'm going to find a pattern on a geometrical standpoint that brings about a grand scheme of things, but I associate that stuff with the chakras as well, because everything ties hand in hand together. Okay, so that's how. And I just started looking at it at that standpoint. And I'll give y'all a visual of it once I edit this video. But it makes so much sense, and it brings further confirmation of what I just deciphered without using these cards. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this reading quick, fast, and hurry, because my battery is going down. Okay, all right. So we have the angel card that came out for icespice, was basically helping those in need with no expectation of return. And as you can see here, you see this individual, she's basically loving up on herself, making sure she is basically good with herself, right? And then with this magenta aspect, well, that can fall within those higher chakra realms, which I'll put it within this video as well. But I can also associate it with the self-love aspect of the heart chakra as well. Meanwhile, we have the shadow attribute with acting innocent or angelic to mislead others by falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. Other factors that we could look out for with icespice with this particular card is a lifelong pattern of inspiring others spiritually or aesthetically. And then meanwhile, we have the teacher at the bottom of the deck, which basically explains having the ability to communicate knowledge or experience, skill, or wisdom. Now let me just try to bring this in a bit. There we go. And with the shadow attribute, it's talk about manipulating or abusing students or teaching negative traits and destructive skills. So another factor we should look out for with this card is she needs to be able to ask herself if others look to her as a teacher in any situation to impart the richness of her experience or to show them the ropes. Because again, that's part of her life path, is being able to teach others how to navigate within this industry, whether she sold her soul or not. Okay, bestow your wisdom to the collective or the people who is trying to get where you are. All that in a nutshell. Meanwhile, we have the suspicious card coming out for her. She is being suspicious. She has a tendency to be what is going on? Am my camera still rolling? Yeah, camera's still rolling. She may have a tendency to be suspicious of others without proof or reason, or snoop, mistrustful, skeptical, or leery. All right, so she needs to not allow her fears to trick her mind into thinking things are much worse than they actually are. Meanwhile, we also have the open too open shadow coming out for her. That was at the bottom of the deck, of revealing too much about everything, or blabbing, or self-exposure, or being unguarded. She needs to be able to think before she speaks and consider her words and potential consequences as they may have. Meanwhile, we have the block crown chakra that may experience narrow-mindedness, greed, and materialism, or excessive egoism. So she needs to be able to recalibrate herself to be in alignment with that crown chakra. Now, Cleotrapa, we have the storyteller card with having the ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. And with the shadow attributes, talking about making up tales that harm others. Now, things to look out for the storyteller card is basically you don't have to be a professional writer, but a storyteller's voice and methods must be essential to your way of communicating and perceiving the world. Meanwhile, you have the student card that's present, of having the humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. And the shadow attributes stating having the arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge or the willingness to translate knowledge into action. Things to look out for with the student card is basically to look for a pattern of consistent learning, openness to new information as an essential part of her being. Now, following suit with that, with what could some possible hidden blockages is the draining shadow, being exhausted, exhaust others by unloading their issues, or being an energy vampire, taxing freeloader. Also, you cannot heal in the same environment that you made sick. It's time to protect your energy. Meanwhile, we have a wasteful shadow as well of using and disposes of things carelessly, ungrateful, take for granted, or wasted resources. Underneath her routine life is a hidden treasure trove of countless beings, blessings yet to be realized. And then we have the depressed shadow that came out as well, being persistent, long-term depression, melancholy, bleakness, sad, despondent. So there could be some wounds that needs to be addressed and healed. Possibly explore childhood wounds. That plays in a factor in this matter. Meanwhile, we have the blocked throat chakra. The chakra is blocked and affecting her communication and self-expression. Again, she can recalibrate that chakra by using crystals or finding time to journal to cultivate the capacity to listen to herself. Meanwhile, additional meanings for these two, we have angel, earth angel. We also have new love that came out on a relationship standpoint. So there may be a new person that come down the pipeline. Fun or party. So of course this happened while they was on tour and stuff like that. Maybe a job interview coming down the pipeline to recalibrate or to reestablish someone, or to stabilize the situation. And then of course there could be some addiction or codependency regarding to the relationship between these two. Now, again, other factors that played into this is this was the last chance, and it's got someone feeling extra triggered, and while the other person is ignoring it, because fake it till you make it type of deal. It was all fake, it was all a lie, and now it's time to move on, because it has been expressed that someone said they got more money than you. Which is somebody has a surprise gift. Well, this came first, sorry. Meanwhile, this card came out. Take what you please with that. I have a special prize, a gift for you. Maternity and DNA test is needed. That was at the bottom. This was at the top. I want someone else to explore other options. And that's probably why the new love has became a factor into that. Now, on to the analysis. We got the impasse card that came out. So that's basically a sacral chakra card, and that's basically talk about reroute. All right, reroute, switch, in the words of Mark Lawrence. So let me take my clarifying cards out. All right, so why is this here? So there's a need for redirection here regarding to the relationship between the two of these individual ladies. And of course, guys, rejection is protection. We had the King of Cups here. Someone that's either a father figure or a good husband, or someone who is calm and caring. It probably has stepped in this matter. The challenge in this is the Magician card, with basically creativity factors is a challenge in this matter. regarding to, and with the Hierophant card, um, sharing the knowledge, following the rules. Someone is not following the rules, or basically not doing good business. So that is for, so that's why the cause of redirection is present here at the root regarding to, you know, group or the relationship between the two, because there was obviously some creative differences here, and more religion may have played a factor in this. Religion more so on the morals and values and principles of doing good business type of deal. Proper decorum could play a factor into this matter, but of course it's been advised for them to share the knowledge of what has transpired thus far in that matter, especially regarding to material aspects. Okay, the Queen of Coins here present at the sacral region. So the Queen of Coins is basically an intuitive individual. Coins, that's Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Well, from what I know, icespice is the Capricorn, and for what I've heard, Cleotrapa is a Taurus. So let's go ahead and clarify this. Well, there's with the Queen of Coins being clarified by the Five of Wands. So there's obviously some chaos and conflict between 5 people, possibly, which has resulted to some arguments, some rivalry and competition between the two. Again, with creative differences with the with the wands here. All right. With the Ace of Pentacles, new money. New business and investment. Money is the challenge in this matter that has affected their relationship. And then with the Four of Cups, well, it led to missed opportunity. It led to missed opportunity, form of regret, and reflecting on what the heck just happened, and you're not the person that you once was type of deal in that matter. So yeah, that's icespice right there. Well, no, it could be both of them, but you know, yeah. Okay. With the forgiveness card in the solar plexus region, so there, this is a third eye chakra card. So this is dealing with intuition, and inner knowing, inner child as well. So with this forgiveness card present here, it's all about self forgiveness, holding on to dreams, past wounds. So I'm moving that towards Cleotrapa's way, just based on the cards that came out for her, and that was one of the things to look out for regarding to the 2 cards that came out in the beginning, was to look out for past wounds. Okay, so as you can see here, you see this rhino is protecting this little young one here, but you also got 3 people lingering in the back. So that's probably like 3 people lingering behind her that's waiting, lingering behind, hanging out in the bushes until this rhino removes itself from this young being. Because, you know, if you don't feel protective, you're going to get defensive, and you're going to be able to cling on to people, and which leads to a form of codependency, because that because you was not protected in the beginning. Okay, so regarding to the identity for both of these gals, forgiveness is needed. Have a conversation, girl, and have a conversation. One may need to go within and do some more work than the other. Let's see, clarify this, please. It is being clarified by the Five of Swords. So again, self-sabotaging, fighting back. It's a mental battle, mental defeat, mental anguish. That's playing a factor into this. With the Two of Cups presenting itself next, is once forgiveness is once forgiveness between the two, or the conversation is made between the two of them, then they'll have a mutual respect for each other, and they'll bring some form of balance back. But however the Tower card follows suits with that, it'll be considered a major loss in the end. You know, the damage has been done, basically. It's a bit too late on that. It might as well say it was divinely orchestrated for it to happen. And on that note, and then with the Six of Coins here, before I go into that, it led to some fighting back and self-sabotage because there was mutual respect between the two of them. But of course, with the Tower card being present here, it's considered a major loss. That's where that Uranus and Aquarius comes in. A radical change comes into a factor on that. Okay, but other than that, let's move forward with the Six of Coins. That's presenting itself. Am I still recording? Yes, I am. All right, with the Six of Coins at the heart chakra region, that's talking about equal reciprocity between the two of them. It can also represent, man, I need to give me something to drink. This, especially on a monetary standpoint, the Six of Coins can also represent resources and power. Yeah, financial reciprocity regarding to resources and power. So let's clarify that. Like icespice, this is definitely like giving icespice just based on the cards that came out for her. You know, you have the resources to disperse, but it looks like she's going to have to be mindful of doing that. She's going to have to be mindful on how she gives out her resources and her power. Same goes for Cleopatra. I mean, not Cleopatra. Cleotrapa, okay? Okay, it's being clarified by the Lovers card in reverse. Again, conflict and imbalance, stuck in between two choices. The World card, it'll bring about reaching a goal, reaching achievement was the challenge in this. With the Queen of Cups, following suit with that, of a supportive lover or a emotional being. Okay, so yeah. Let's see, how should I decipher this? Of course there's conflict between the two of them, but it's coming to an end. There was a goal that was reached to some degree. with a Queen of Cups individual. Queen of Cups individual with a nurturing person. But it can also represent, emotional security. Okay, there you go. Emotional security. And yeah, okay, there you go. There we go. Okay, so yeah, even though there's been conflict between the two, it's brought a sense of achievement, a sense of belonging, a sense of completion. Of course, they was traveling with each other. They'll reach their goals, but at the end, there was some emotional, security there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, and at the same time, got to be able to take it, be receptive of it as well. Be receptive to what has transpired thus far. Um, so you be able to move on and, celebrate, collaborate with other people in that manner. With the Three of Cups, let me talk about the Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So the Three of Cups is a solar plexus card. The Three of Cups is talking about celebrating collaboration. It can represent a pregnancy, but it can represent socializing. A sense of celebration within yourself, of having how shall we word this? Having a sense of self when it comes to how you act on towards others in that magnitude, because the solar plexus deals with the self-identity, self-worth, self-confidence, self-esteem. So with the Three of Cups that deals with celebration, well, celebrate yourselves on how far you came thus far. Okay. Yeah, maybe a low blow to your self-esteem to a certain degree, but at the end, celebrate how far y'all have came thus far, compared to what y'all have went through in the past. That's basically what that is, because the collaboration, it worked to its benefit until it ended. So there's a reason for a season. There's a lesson for there's a blessing for every lesson, and the list goes forward. With that, this reading about to go overboard, so I need to close it out. So all right, so what all right, so some closing messages for Icespice and Cleotrapa. What is the advice for Icespice? Advice for Icespice. We have abundance for her, and angel numbers at the bottom. So she could be getting some money on down the line, more money down the line. and to look out for some angel numbers. For Cleotrapa, what is her advice? Surrender. Surrender and reclaim your reclaim your life. Reclaim your crown. Adjust the crown. Okay? So, with the cowrie shells with icespice, with the cowrie shells, it represents currency. Excuse me. It represents a form of currency back, way back when, regarding to the gift of exchange and stuff like that. With the 2 + 5, that equals 7. So it could be like a spiritual abundance, spiritual gifts. It could reside in that factor as well. And then, of course, at the bottom of the deck, we have 1111 here. We got 1212 here as some angel numbers that you could look out for. Of course, with 14, 1 + 4 = 5. That equals 1 + 4, that equals out to 5. That represents, like, again, sudden change, sudden upheaval, drastic change ahead of time. It could also represent, far as the cowrie shells, it could also represent successful projects, new job offers, of fertile time, and harvest season. Of course, with abundance, the cowrie shells has been used as currencies for centuries, and people still adorn themselves with shell in the form of jewelry and charms. Wealth is coming your way in the form of financial prosperity, leisure time, and peace of mind. You might receive an unexpected windfall, begin a fulfilling romantic relationship, or gain support from someone with valuable resources and connections. Your ability to manifest is heightened, so it's important to believe you're worthy of desires. And remember, your hard work has not been in vain, and the abundance coming towards you is well earned. The cowrie shell also speaks of fertility and creation, so be ready for gifts from the universe. So basically, that's stemming from the root, because the root is dealing with family. Family is dealing with your safety and security and your well-being of yourself, or with your family as well. So that's another confirmation on that aspect. And then, of course, like I said, angel numbers, as a confirmation. There's other meanings for this card could represent there's no need to worry about this situation. Continue on your path, and you're a light worker, and trust in your instincts. Now, as far as Cleotrapa, we have the surrender card here. We got 3 + 9, that equals 14. Wait, 3 + 9. No, 3 + 9 = 12. 1 + 3, 1 + 2 is 3. I'm doing math too fast in my head. But 3, it represents growth, collaboration, opportunity as well. But with this particular card, we have the water. So water is dealing with your emotional standpoint. Okay. It also represents feminine energy, emotional healing and growth, letting go of control issues. Continue to use your intuition, stay fluid, and drink water. Because water is a versatile element in the way that it flows and takes the shape of whatever container it's placed into. Now is the time to release the control and surrender to the pull of the current. Fight the temptation to force a situation or outcome. You will get the best results by allowing events to play out organically. Be flexible and try to work with any outside elements that come your way. There are also heightened emotions at play when it comes to water. You may find yourself more emotional than usual, but don't try to temper your reactions or numb yourself. Also, the feelings to come and eventually go. This card also represents nurturing and replenishing. Go with the flow and take care of yourself at the same time. Ride these waves and see where the tide takes you. And when you do that, when you surrender, Cleotrapa, you'll begin to regain your personal power on an individual standpoint for yourself, because 2 plus 8, that equals 10. Drop the 0 and that'll be 1. That represents individuality. Other meanings for the card could represent active crown chakra, improve social status, manifest with confidence, receiving awards, and self-mastery. Okay, now again, what lesson is icespice learning? Envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. How can she go by this? With success, and know that there is no greater goal than to love, and also have the courage to find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. With Cleotrapa, her lesson is to love, to commit the practice of seeing good in all things. She can do so by releasing any beliefs that no longer assist in her soul's growth, especially regarding to the sacral chakra, okay, root chakra, crown chakra, throat chakra, okay, and then of course spiritual career. That tap into loving yourself more, taking care of yourself. Maybe adapt a self-care routine to help boost your confidence. Again, continue to speak life into yourself. And maybe you're the type of person that taps into the spirituality, the esoteric, and on a spiritual aspect, but seeking a career path in the spiritual side, like counseling, or of course you're on the musical spectrum, so it could reside into, like, sound healings, singing bowls, or just using different frequencies to uplift and raise the vibration with the collective as well. Okay, so with the pink, that represents the self-love aspect of the heart chakra. And once you begin to love yourself wholly and wholeheartedly, of course, that will continue to raise your vibration to be connected with your higher self, as well as the God Almighty himself. Okay, and far as like the lesson between the two of them, the lesson within their relationship, even though it's self-explanatory, is abundance, that you're a limitless being and y'all can manifest whatever your heart's desires in this physical realm. With domestic, they can do that with having mutual respect for each other, with domestic harmony, especially expressing the truth in a heart center standpoint with this green for the heart chakra. Okay, and of course with the leadership card, being able to stand up for yourself and do it in a loving manner. It will begin to end cycles with the A+1 that equals 9. Cycles will come to an end. Unfinished business will come to an end, as long as you take leadership of yours, take responsibility and take ownership of your life, reclaiming your abundance, just so you can be able to have that freedom that you both would like to have, whether it's together or separately. All right, so with that being said, that completes the reading for icespice and Cleotrapa. Feel free to chime down in the comment section below on your thoughts about this message. Honestly, they could just have a conversation. That's if they are willing and able to, but of course, if you'd like to book a session with me, it'll be at www.honeysoulchildbottega.com. And of course, thank you all for tuning in and watching this video. If you have made it this far, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Comment down a Lotus if you can in the comment section below. That'll let me know that you reached to the end of this video. If you have subscribed to this channel thus far, welcome. I really appreciate your assistance. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Of course, life be lifing, and and you know, I'm a different type of being over here. But of course, if you just bear with me and interact with me as well in a respectful manner, then of course I'll definitely do my part on my end just as much as you all. Again, like, share, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Hit the notification bell so you know the next time that I upload a video. I'm speaking too fast. And always remember to love thyself, know thyself, soothe thyself. You can heal thyself. And I'll see you guys in the next one.